Today I am going to talk about Phylum Mollusca and the reproduction in Pila. In my previous lecture, I discussed about the pallial complex in Pila and the general characteristics of Pila. This is the syllabus of BSc Zoology semester 5th according to National Education Policy, and the course name is non-chordates and course code is Zoo 501T. Now the reproductive organs of male in Pila. Pila is dioecious. It means sexes are separate. Male has a smaller shell, less swollen body whole, and a more developed copulatory organ than the female. As you can see the diagrams, there is a testis and it is a single flat plate-like and roughly triangular structure. It occupies upper part of the first 2 or 3 holes of the shell. And now you understand very well that what is holes. And these sperm in testes are of 2 kinds. And this is very interesting. The sperms of Pila are of 2 kinds. One is euphorine sperm and another one is oligoparent sperms. Now, what is the difference between 2 sperms? The euphorine sperms are very small and their size ranges about 25 micrometer long and 1.2 micrometer broad. It has a distinct head and tail with single cilium. And this is the sperm which can fertilize the ova. If I talk about the oligoparent sperm, these are large, 32.5 micrometer long and 3 micrometer broad. And this is bundle shaped and having 4 to 5 cilia. And these sperms are non-motile and cannot fertilize the ova. Now come to the vas afferentia, and these are fine ducts arising from testes called vas afferentia, and these vas afferentia combine to form vas deferens of male reproductive organ. The vas deferens emerges from the posterior end of testes and is differentiated into 3 distinct regions. Just concentrate on the diagrams also, students. The A is proximal tubular part. It is a narrow and thin wall and it runs parallel to the digestive gland. Another one is seminal vesicle or vesicula seminalis. It's a proximal tubular part continues into the seminal vesicle, which is curved shaped, and it serves as a storehouse for the sperms. So just remember that where stored sperms are stored. Then terminal glandular part. This is after seminal vesicle, the sperms come to a terminal glandular part of vas deferens, which opens into rectum and finally opens into the male genital aperture. Then come to the copulatory organ. Copulatory organ or penis arises separately from the mental edge in front of the anus, and it is a long, stout, slightly curved. You can see in the picture, and flagellar structure with swollen base. And at the base of penis sheath is hypobranchial gland. So these are the male reproductive organs. Now I'm coming to the female reproductive organs of Pila, which is ovary. And ovary occupies same position as testes in male, but it is a less extensive and lies mostly towards inner side of digestive gland. It is much branched and colored light orange. If you see the live Pila, you can see the light orange color in young ones and which become darker in mature individuals. And these branches of ovary called acini. Then you can see there a tube-like structure which is oviduct. It's a narrow and transparent oviduct arises from about the middle of the ovary. And near the renal organ, it turns downwards and then upwards to open into the receptaculum seminus. Then what this receptaculum seminus is, it is a small bean-shaped organ which is meant for storing the sperm. So you have to remember all these terms that we are and all these concepts that we are sperms are stored and where the formation of sperms takes place and how the receptaculum semen is receiving the sperm. So it is a small um, bean shaped organ meant for storing sperms received from male during the copulation. Now come to the uterus. It is a large yellow and pear shaped. It has a broad and rounded basal part into which opens the receptaculum seminus. Anteriorly, the narrow tubular apse of uterus continues as the vagina. Then vagina is a band-like tube running forward from uterus. It enters the branchial cavity and runs out through female genital pore. And the copulatory apparatus, this is a rudimentary penis. And the hypobranchial gland is very poorly developed. Then how copulation takes place? Pila breeds during rainy season when the long period of estivation comes to an end. And most of the time it occurs underwater or on moist ground. Then ovulation takes place. So fertilization is internal, but development of embryo takes place outside the body of female. Ovulation and oviposition commences 2 days after copulation, and around 200 to 800 eggs are laid at a time. Then how the development takes place? Parents never incubate their eggs, and young snails emerges from eggs. And one very interesting phenomena of torsion happen when during development the visceral mass and the shell of embryo becomes spirally coiled. Then this the phenomena of torsion takes place, resulting in the asymmetry of the body. And young snails emerge out from the eggs, which are similar to the adults. So this is all about the reproduction in Pila, and this is all about Phylum Mollusca and about Pila. Thank you so much.